If you ever spent 3 hours building a dashboard that should have taken 30 minutes, this video will make you angry because you're going to realize it didn't have to be that way. We have all been there, switching between SQL editors, visualization tools, documentation scattered everywhere, dealing with version control and so much more. And we accepted it because that's how Power BI and Tableau work. But the thing that not many people tell you is that these tools were built in a different era. And to be honest, they haven't evolved much. As I mentioned to you in previous videos, this year I really want to focus on new revolutionary tools that can make you and me better data professionals. A few weeks ago, a company called Count reached out to me and I tested their product for a while and I decided to collaborate with them for this video only because after years of doing data analytics, I finally found something that actually feels different. It combines data engineering, analytics, and also data science in one interface that actually makes sense. And the best part is definitely the user interface because it really makes working with data completely different experience, and you're going to understand why in just a second. In Count, we don't just build dashboards, we build data models, define our core metrics, and conduct deep exploratory analysis that is actually easy to share across an entire organization. We can also craft reports and data stories in entirely new ways, all powered by a standardized set of metrics that every user, regardless of technical skills, can engage with. And in this tutorial, I'm going to walk you through the platform to help you get started right away. And by the way, if you want to try this tool yourself, make sure to go to the video description. I'm going to leave the link there. So the canvas is the heart of the Count experience. There are 3 main areas to know. The data bar, which is on the left, this lists every data connection available to you here. The toolbar, which is at the bottom, this is where you add objects and use whiteboard tools. And then you have the design bar on the right. This is where you format objects once you selected them. And the first step with a blank canvas is adding data. Let's look at the sources sections in the data bar. Here you will see any database connections and uploaded files like this customer data CSV, as well as any metric catalogs defined in your semantic layer. If I click on this CSV source and look at the panel below, I can explore the schema to see exactly which tables and columns are available. And to get this data on the canvas, I will just click Add to Canvas, which I've done it already. As you can see here, my data is already present in my canvas. You can see that I can also add a SQL cell, and these cells are the foundation of analysis here. It's how we pull data from the source and build up our logic. Every SQL cell has a title, the code itself, and the resulting data. I will give this a better name like customer base. And unlike other tools where you write one giant block of code, Count lets you explore data in a sequence of individual cells. And crucially, every cell can reference the results of any other cell. If I hover over this cell and add a new SQL cell, you will see the suggested code already references customer base. And this is why naming your cells is so important. I will add a bit more SQL here to filter the data, and now we see a subset of that original CSV. Let's look at other cells types like visuals. When I add a visual cell, it starts empty, but the design panel on the right now offers suggestions. You have 2 tabs, templated for standard charts and custom for more bespoke visuals. And let's stick to a simple template. Visuals are built using a low-code drag-and-drop method. On the right, you can see our source, new customers, which was my last SQL cell. And I will drag customer scenes into the field. It defaults to year, so I'll click the 3 dots to change the aggregation to month. Then I will pull in the customer ID count and maybe use churn risk in the color field to add some depth. If I want to use my brand colors, I can just go to the display tab under the 3 dots and adjust them there. We also have table cells. This is another low-code way to view data. We'll drag in the lead source and total revenue columns. I can resize this easily and perhaps sort by revenue to show our top accounts alongside the chart. All cells in Count are reactive. If I change a parent cell, everything downstream updates automatically. If I tweak the date in my first SQL cell, you will see the chart and tables update immediately. Now let's look at the control cells. These are perfect for filters or parameters. I will go to the bottom toolbar and add a multiple select control. In the design panel, I will set this to dynamic, so the options come directly from our CSV file. And let's use the industry column. Now, when I toggle industry in the control, every chart and table on the canvas filters accordingly. And finally, we have Python cells. You can move between SQL and Python seamlessly. I will add a simple script, and just like SQL, it has a title, code, and results. I can even go back to SQL and run a select directly from that Python cells output. And well, now to organize this, we can use the overview panel on the left to add formatted text and even drag our control cells into it for easy access. And for a professional look, I can use the templates in the data panel. I will select a single insight template Once it's on the canvas, I can just drop my visuals into the placeholder and it snaps into place. I will remove the white background in the style menu to make it look even sleeker. And you also have whiteboard tools, like for example, sticky notes for context, text boxes, shapes, and a comment tool for tagging colleagues. And to present your work, you can use frames. I can group my cells into a frame, and these frames become the basis for reports. In the report view, the viewer can see a clean slideshow of your frames, hiding the messy analysis and focusing only on the insights. And lastly, we have alerts. You can set these on source of frames to notify your team via email or Slack. You can set a regular schedule like a monthly summary or use triggers to alert you if a query errors or if data exceeds a certain threshold. Also, the cool part about working with Count is that you really have this Canva, a common workplace experience where you can work on the same project in real time with the other people in your team. And this makes it perfect for data engineers, data analysts, and data scientists, and also all the business stakeholders to come all together, which I think can save a huge amount of time. Now, if all these features are clear to you, consider that what Count offers right now is also an AI agent that can act as your personal assistant on the go to perform any of the action and tasks that I described to you earlier. This means that if you click on the sparkle icon from the toolbar, you can have a conversation with the Count AI agents from the right-hand side panel, and you can literally ask anything you would like so that the agent can perform the task and make you save a ton of time. And for example, what I can do is asking the agent to summarize the customer's table and give me in a few seconds an overview of my customer data, including the name of the columns, key metrics ranges with the base statistics, and also already some insights about the distribution of the main metrics that I have. And obviously, it doesn't stop here. I can ask the agent to perform analysis, create charts and reports. And the best thing is that the AI doesn't hide its work. All the conversation is visible and every cell created is just another cell in the canvas, meaning that I can view it, approve it, and even edit SQL or change no-code visuals and tables. And also the agent has full context on the canvas, so I can select exactly the data that I want the agent to work with, or I can even select different elements in the canvas like sticky notes or tables, to use so that I can have full control. And there you have it. This is a summary of all the amazing features that I tried in the past few weeks and why I think Count is a super interesting tool that you should definitely check out. I will leave the link in the description if you want to try it out yourself. And I will also leave here in the screen some practical tutorials that I made on data cleaning, both with SQL and also Python, that you can check out and use as a practice for your own work. As always, if you found at least one useful information in this video, make sure to like and subscribe to my channel so that I can help you even further in the next videos. And well, enjoy the rest of the day. Ciao for now and see you in the next one.